What's happening, everybody? What's happening? Y'all know what it is. It's Willie Charles, the host. Well, with the mess, we got another one. We got another one. This is where we talk about loving the black man's view, life with meaning and purpose, and fitness in the terms of character. Again, I'm your host, Willie Charles, Lily Baby, the Godfather. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what to do. Today's a different day. We're starting a brand new series. I just came out with it. It's today where it's going to be a 5-day thing. And then we're going to start rolling this out for everybody else to catch back up to speed. This is on growing relationships. Now, what does that mean, growing relationships? So I'm going to just, keep it 100. Back on the market, back in the game. And when you get older, I'm not talking about the young ones. The young ones out in these streets, they're getting wild and frisky. They're like, yeah, we in the jungle. Let's get it. So when you get older, you really find out that there's some crappy people that you can choose from, and there's less good people. So your pool of selections is really different, right? You get some folks that change their minds constantly. You get folks that, oh my God, you lazy as hell, right? You get some folks that ain't got no priorities. You get some folks that are really manipulative, narcissistic. Did I say that word right? I think I messed up that word. You get some folks that's narcissistic. You get some folks that gaslight you, that pull you through trauma. And it's not healthy. So you dive into this realm where really a lot of people aren't really what you want, and they have this pretense, and they pretend to be what you want. So when you're trying to grow a relationship, it's now moving forward. Now, I'll say this for anybody who's 30 and above. If you less than 30, you might, one, be a person who continues to change your mind. You don't necessarily know what you want, so you're trying out different things, right? And when you try out different things, you want to be like, ooh, it's like you going to the mall. Ooh, girl, that dress is cute. Let me try it on. You put it on. It look good on the mannequin. It look really good on the mannequin. Then when you see it on yourself, you're just like, what? I look like a plum fool. Look at this. And I'm sucking in all my gut. And this thing don't look right. So here, we're going to dive into how do you grow a relationship. And when you're in your 30s and when you're somebody who wants to date and wants to date for the long run, the long haul, real intentionally, you got to think about it in a different way, right? And what happens is when we're in our 30s, Amedio, my dog's over here playing. Amedio, quit playing around. All right, so when you're in your 30s, you just got to jump into intentional relationships. And what I mean by intentional relationships is who is truly invested in you. And why do I say that? I say that because there's people out there that don't really take things seriously. And when they don't take things seriously, they get you to a point where you kind of mess up yourself. And you don't want to mess up yourself. You really don't want to do that. Like, you want to separate from that. And that separation comes from, one, social media and what culture says, right? So when you're growing relationships, you got to understand we are blinded by what culture says. I don't care what the Kardashians is doing. They don't pay my bills. I don't care. I'm not trying to keep up with the Kardashians. They got glam squads. They look like blue. They got their body did up. They got millions of dollars. I ain't got a nickel. You know what I'm saying? We broke around here. At least, I'm gonna stay saying that. We is broke. I ain't got no money, honey. We is frugal. I'm watching the gas prices like, dang, man, that thing like $5. We going unleaded for $5, right? We going down the way. So we got to stay in our means. And the culture tells us you need a house by this age. You need kids by this age. You need to have a man with X amount of dollars, 6'2", 6'4" man, 6-figure checks. That's really unrealistic, right? That's really unrealistic. Then you have podcasts that tell you about relationships, and when they view these relationships and they're talking about these relationships, they view it to a different class of people. They're not making it for the middle class and lower middle class and the people in the lower class who deal with child welfare systems, who deal with food stamps, who deal with all the belligerents that come with poverty. They don't deal with that. They're not talking about us, the nitty gritty people. We need folks that are on podcasts that are talking about what it's like to live where we live, where we are, how we feel, and what does that look like, right? I don't know what these other folks like. I'm not Samuel Adams or Samuel Jackson, whatever that dude name is. I'm not, what's that other dude? Light skinned dude. I don't remember his name. You see him on every other post. And people ridicule him. I'm not on these podcasts telling everybody about this, but I'm telling you something real, and I want to dive into that. So one, don't be blinded by what society says. Don't be blinded by what the culture says. And if you really want to dive into something further, I would say dive into what the Bible says. Real talk. Like really, the Bible is the only living book that really speaks to you. It really does. So I would say dive into that if you want to talk about relationships, if you want to talk about goals, if you want to talk about level setting, that's just where you want to be at, right? The other thing is when we talk about growing in relationships, so this is my second point. People and things get damaged when we don't have a clear aim on what we want. I'm going to say that again. People and things get damaged when you don't have an aim, right, on what you want, what we want. What do you want exactly? What are you looking for? What are you diving into? And I'm going to dive into a couple of my relationships and a couple of things that I've had within the past year. I would get into a relationship with a girl, and I had a couple tries, and I'm probably not the best person to give out advice. I failed many times, and that's okay, right? It's an experiment, but I'm also testing out what this girl wants while holding my principle. So what do I want out of a relationship? One, I want trust, right? I want to know if you want me for me and not want me for the things that I'll be able to provide. I want to know if you'll be able to stay. I want to know if you're okay with kids, and I want to know how you gonna try to like raise these little minions, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want Day and them as my child. I don't want a little ratchet ass kid. I don't want a little ratchet kid. No. I'm from the old school. I whoop ass, but I'm not gonna be out here abusing my child. Nor do I want somebody who's gonna be abusive emotionally or mentally, right? I don't want nobody to gaslight me. I don't want somebody to play pretend. Because there's many times where, I would talk to a girl and be like, hey, look, we can actually do this. This ain't no problem to me. And they were like, oh, yeah. And then when it comes to that time frame, they fall off. I don't want somebody who's just going to fall off during the time frame, right? I want something consistent. I want something that's right. I want something that's going to hold up their own end of the bargain. Because if we two get together, we become one. So I want to know if we're always going to be on the same page, and if there's something up with you, I want you to be able to at least tell me what's up with you. Don't hold it as ammo. I don't want you to hold in something that really is meaningful to you, because one, you might feel scared of how I react. Please don't assume. Or two, you've been shut down by your past relationships that in your mindset right now for this new relationship, you think this is not going to work out. Right? So we want somebody who's really going to be there for us and support us during that time frame. And because of that, right? Your standards have to raise up high. You got to find somebody who's vulnerable, right? That's a really courageous thing, who's vulnerable. Somebody who's also empathetic, right? Like, dang, that really must suck. I don't want somebody who's going to give me sympathy. I don't want to hear you say I'm sorry for you. If you was really sorry, you wouldn't have done it in the first place. Like, let's think about that. But I want to say, like, hey, look, man, that sucks, and I really do want to support you. I don't know how to support you at this time, at this moment. You tell me how to support you. I'm going to just stay here with you, and whatever you need, I'll be here to provide it for you, right? So that's your second thing. You have to have goals and standards, because you don't want to get damaged by people or things, right? Because they don't have a clear goal or standard for you. They just want to vibe. They want to have a good time. I mean, if you just want to do that, then just be clear with me. Hey, let's just have sex and call it a day. Hey, look, let's go out. After we go out, it's just me and you. Let's do our thing. Deuces. Like, just keep it up front with me. That way, I know how much energy, effort, and time that I'm going to place into this. Your third frame that you want, and these are ingredients to a healthy relationship. These three ingredients, and I think a lot of people get it confused. So the first ingredient that you need to a healthy relationship is love, right? Love isn't bad. The second thing that you need in a relationship, respect. Of course you would want respect. Don't ever disrespect me. I throw down, you know what I'm saying? We throw hand around, I'm playing. And the third thing that you want in a relationship, the third thing, third and last, is fidelity, right? And these are words that people use loosely, and I don't want everybody to use these loosely. So I wrote out the definitions for it, and I'm gonna give you an example as well. So you want this big ingredient for relationships. That's love. Love is an intense feeling of deep affection, right? Every single day, I choose whether I hate this day, whether I can't stand your guts, you get what I'm saying? Whether I'm breaking down on the inside and I'm hurting because you did something to me, no matter what has occurred for the future and the past, no matter what you have done to me, I love you. It does not come with conditions. I don't love you just because you gave me $100. I don't love you just because, you have the Glock 3000 on your throat. You get what I'm saying? I don't love you just because you bought me trips to Jamaica or Hawaii. I don't love you just because of that. I love you because of the time frames that we've been together. You've shown me how important and valuable that I am through your lens, through your perspective. Not only have you said it to me, but you showed me through your actions and your behaviors. That's why I love you, right? The second thing that I would have to say and define here is respect. I want people to respect us, right? I want people to value who we are and what we do. So sometimes people get respect mudded, right? And respect is a due regard for feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions. We have to respect people for how they feel. One big thing is not to judge people on how they feel. I can't judge you on how you feel. It's your feelings. It's valid. Your feelings are valid anywhere you go, and it's okay. And I'm gonna respect your feelings because I'm not here to judge the way you feel. You should feel that way, right? It's intense. You're feeling that anxiousness. It's shaking. It's within you. So I'm not here to judge the way you feel. I respect the way you feel. What I can judge is your actions and behaviors due to that feeling. That has a measurement. That can be quantified. That can be qualified. So those things I can judge. But your feelings, they're all valid. And I'm gonna be here to listen to you. I'm gonna be here to listen to how your heart beats. I'm gonna be here to try to navigate your thoughts and your feelings. So you want somebody to respect that. You want somebody to give you time. You want somebody to give you that energy during those moments where you feel meek. So when you rise up and you have somebody who validates that for you, that is perfect. Not only that, respects your wishes. What I mean by respect your wishes, I mean, let's say I'm going out, I'm gonna come up with a random girl name. Dang, I don't know how hard it is to figure out. Let's say I'm going out with a girl, her name is, wow, this is really difficult. Why can't I figure? Her name is, somebody give me a name. Somebody give me a name. I don't have a girl name. Fuck it. Let's say I'm going out with Devin. Girl named Devin, right? And Devin, she likes being out on the scene. She's a busybody. She likes doing her thing. And I say, hey, Devin, Jenny, never mind. Let's say I'm going out with Jenny. Jenny sounds better because Devin sounds like a guy. Thank you, Maloof. That was 100%. I'm doing good, brother. I love you to death, bro. I'm actually going to hit you up and call you tomorrow. So I actually called you the first time, but you didn't pick up. Anyway, so let's say I'm going out with Jenny. And Jenny, She's in the scene. She likes being on the go, and I'm a very laid back guy. Everybody knows me. I'm laid back. I don't really like being in the scene. I could be the life of the party, but I'm just like, hey, look, I'm good. I'm being at the crib. Jenny's like, oh, I'm gonna go out with my girl. She's doing her face, right? She's putting her face on, and Jenny's like, hey, babe, I'm gonna go out. And I feel like I haven't had time with my babe. I just want to hang out with her. Hey, babe, I really don't want you to go out. Right? I think we should have some more time here, hang out at the crib. I'd rather be with you. And Jenny says, oh, you just controlling. Oh my gosh, you always do this. Every single time I go out with my friends, you I hate. No. I just want to spend time with you. That's it. I had no agendas. I had nothing on the back end. I just want to spend time with you. It's not about your friends whatsoever. It's nothing about your friends. It's about you being here with me and us spending time. And let's just be honest. Let's be frank. 50% of the time, I'm at work. The other 50% of the time, I'm at home. I'm already socially tapped out from work that when I get home, I just want to lay with you and spend time with you. That's it. It's not about, oh, you never are excited. You never do anything fun. I do something fun, but let me plan fun, right? Let's check our finances out first before we just throw money like that. Doesn't seem smart. It's not smart at all. Let's hang out here. Why do we buy drinks at the bar? I just bought a bottle. It was $12. This shit don't make no sense. This bottle was $12. You just spent $40 at the bar on shots and drinks for your girls. And then you come home and I'm already tired. I don't want to do nothing with you. Right? So respect my wish when I say, hey, I just want you here. Or for instance, for women, and they're just like, hey, look, babe, I just need some time to think. I just need some time to get away. And you go off for a drive. Majority of the time, a guy's gonna be like, all right, cool, because I got the sticks. She gone, now I'm on the sticks, baby. Right? Respect that wish. Respect that wish for that autonomy, that space, that independence that you want, that little inch of freedom to clear your thoughts in your mind so you can get out. Respect it. So respect also has tradition, and tradition is big if you're talking about diversity in cultures, right? In some traditions, and no offense to anybody who's never been out of America, and if you ain't never read the Bible, we're going to say this: men came first. Men came first, right? So we have all the responsibilities on us, and we are being held accountable for a lot of things. Whether a woman does it, whether another guy does it, like we are first, just like your first child. I'm gonna let you take care of everybody. You came first. You're responsible for all your siblings, right? You are responsible. A man is responsible. So in that same tense, respect that tradition. If I am quote unquote head of household and it's a guy, right? That's how they normally say it. It's a guy, head of household. Please respect my position. Don't be like hollering and doing that. Like I gave you the one up already, which means I already gave you the power play. I'm already listening to you. We tell our kids, listen to mom all the time. No matter what, listen and respect mom. What she says goes final, right? But, and I saw this online and I posted about it. If mom tells you to sit down, but then I tell you to stand up, you better stand the fuck up. I didn't co-sign what she says. Yes, you listen to her. I'm proud of you. But at the end of the day, if this isn't done here, you need to stand up because we're going to talk, right? I love you, mom. No disrespect. This is this time, right? I got to put my foot down. That's where boundaries got to be set. So respect those traditions, respect those different cultures. If you're talking to anybody who's Middle Eastern, right? Don't talk to the woman. Talk to the man. You have to address him. That's part of their culture. That's part of their traditions because they hold the head of the household. If you're talking to anybody who's Hispanic, right? Talk to the guy, but also state it to the mom because she ain't about to play them games. Let me tell you about the Boricuas, Señoritas, Puerto Ricans. Like, let me tell you about them. They don't play the games. Tell him, but then come tell me. That way we both are on the same page, right? That way we're both on the same page. So that's our point number 3 for growing in a great relationship. But then for my 4th point, how do you know if that relationship is good for you? And this is something that I kind of struggled with when I wrote these down. I do this a lot for either fun or I'm just giving out information. How do you know a relationship is good for you? And I sat down, I said to myself, does this relationship help you? Right? Does this relationship help you? I actually skipped a point, and we're going to go back to it right now. And that point is fidelity. Not a lot of people know what the heck fidelity means. Fidelity means faithfulness to a person, cause, or belief demonstrated by continuing loyalty and support. When you ask yourself, how does this relationship help me? This is when you know that this is good. Does this person, right? Is this person faithful to me? One, this is a qualifier. It comes with qualifications. How does this relationship help? Do you have fidelity? Are you faithful to me? You're not cheating around. And, you know, now with social media, now with technology, we even consider cheating as texting. We consider cheating as flirting, right? We're so in tune. Do I have an electronic device next to me other than my laptop? Here we go. We're so in tune with this, right? We're so in tune with this, and we're stuck on our screens that we lose sight of what's in front of us. So whatever we're liking, whatever we're pinging, whatever we're texting back, that is the person who's getting all of our attraction. And mentally, we're getting stolen. Like, all of our attention is getting stolen away from our partners. So we got to give them back that fidelity. Are you being faithful to me? You're giving me that time, that space, that energy, that effort, that commitment. Are you doing that? That's a portion of fidelity. 2, within fidelity, are you faithful to the cause? Are you faithful to our relationship? Are you faithful to the foundations that we've put? Are you faithful to our vows? Are you faithful to what we had planned out for our children? Are you faithful to what we mentioned at dinner to do for the next day? Are you faithful to the acts and reasonings of what we established within the household? Are you faithful to our connection? Are you faithful to... Are you just faithful, period? Because it's a cause. And if you're not faithful to the cause, there's effects that happen. I know that was pretty cheesy, but it just hit my head. There's causes that you need to be faithful to because the effect it can be detrimental. The 4th thing, are you faithful to the belief? Right? Do you believe this relationship can last like that movie P.S. I Love You? Get what I'm saying? Are you faithful like them? Are you faithful, and can you show loyalty to that faith? Can you show support? Can you be that person who says no matter what? And I'll go back to the people in the streets, because that's really what it is, right? We deal with folks who were felons. We deal with folks who have charges within our day and age. If you're 30 and plus, you already know. Mofo got a charge. Mofo been in prison, re-entry. Mofo has dealt with addiction, abuse, rape, sexual harassment, all of these nuances. But are you able to support me, right? If I don't know how to handle these different traumas that attack me in life, are you able to just be there? Are you able to just be there and try to be somebody who's just trying to keep me sane? That's all. That's really it. That fidelity. Are you going to be loyal to me and be there enough to keep me sane? That's it. That's that peace of mind, right? We just want to be sane. We want to be cordial. We want to be cute. We want to be coy. But there's lots of things that trigger people, right? There's lots of things that trigger people within relationships. And I'm going to say this out clearly for everybody that's on this stage. This isn't for the mofos with $100,000 plus in their bank account. This isn't for the upper middle class. This is for middle class and lower class people. I'm talking to the general population in America who has over $94,000 per person in debt. I'm just going to keep it funky. I'm going to keep it real. Stop tolerating people taking away from you and your peace. Stop tolerating it. Stop it. Stop tolerating it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Every single day, every single moment, that don't make no sense to me. Stop tolerating people taking it away from you and your peace. It's simple and plain. I don't think I should elaborate on that. Just Stop it. And if somebody's doing that to you, one, address it and be firm. Be serious about it, because most people are like, oh my gosh, it's just a joke. It's nothing like that. No, no, no. It's that serious. My piece is that serious. I can't get that up. I can't take it away. The next thing. Rini, my son's right here. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is that biblical concept, right? And that biblical concept for this. And I really think people should look back into the Bible for these concepts and these reasons why. So when you're in a relationship and you're growing in a relationship, understand that you're meant to be in a relationship. So whenever I see posts online, and it enraged me, I don't know why y'all think it's men versus women all the time, but when I see that women say that they don't need a man, they just want a man, or they're the most superior being, let me just say this first. God ain't make you first. Let's be honest. He didn't make you first. He made man. The whole Genesis chapter 2, he talked about men coming first. And what else had happened? He made woman from the man's rib. So you came in second place, right? You a second place person. So there's no superior being, right? In Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, it says, then the Lord said, it is not good for man to be alone. I'll make a helper who is just right for him. I need y'all to understand this huge thing. This is the first time anywhere in the Bible God said it is not good. He said it's not good for men to be alone. And that's the truth. It's not good for men to be isolated. We need to be in community. We need to talk these things out. We need to talk about these deep conversations and get rooted. We need to be able to support these women, right? We need to be able to support each other. We need to be able to tell and hold other people accountable for their own actions and behaviors. If you got a dude who's out there, cheating on his girl, tell him, hey, bro, like, real talk, man, that ain't cool, man. I can't hang with you doing that. I'm not from that lineage. Like, I wouldn't cheat on my wife. You shouldn't cheat on yours. You know what I'm saying? So we got to hold people accountable to a higher standard. There has to be goals. Not only that, he said he'll make a helper. A helper. He made a woman to assist and aid a man. It's not that men are better than women. No. It's that we were made for each other. You were made to also help me out. You were made to help me out and navigate these thoughts that I can't do on my own. I can't do this on my own. You were made to make sure that I am accountable to you as well. Hey, babe, did you check in on, you said we're going to go on a date for Valentine's Day. Did you check in on that restaurant? Did you make reservations? You know what, babe? Dang, I forgot. Thank you for keeping me up to date, right? He made women so he can also be there to communicate. And yes, that's right, Tina, and complement each other. Because all of this is just about a relationship. And when you talk about relationships or you talk about transactions in a relationship, that is based on those three other factors that I told you with those ingredients. And that ingredient, of course, is respect, love, and fidelity. And we'll go back to those, but this is huge, right? So that's one of the biblical texts. The next biblical text, I would say, is from Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9, right? And it says, two people are better than one because they can help each other succeed. And if one person falls, they can reach out and help them, right? We don't want you to be alone in this whatsoever. We understand that two heads are better than one. That's always been a thing. I mean, even in sports, you see it. It's never been one-on-one. When you train in sports, you train with somebody else. You either train with somebody faster than you or somebody smarter than you, somebody who has better twitch muscles, and they say you're a team. We're a unit. And they always come back to biblical standards. So you have somebody who's going to help you be successful. That's that compliment that Tina had talked about right in the comments. You compliment each other. They say iron sharpens iron, but don't get it confused. Iron sharpens iron. In order for iron to sharpen iron, it has to create friction. There has to be sparks. There has to be flames. So you got to understand that there might be pains that come along with relationships, but that's going to help you grow, right? When you're growing, you have, oh, my knees, oh, this hurt, oh, my muscles, they're sore. You go through a trial and tribulation stage so you can grow and develop and become stronger. So when I ask this, and I mean this for everybody that's out there, who are you linking up with? Who are you trying to put your time, efforts, and energy in? Right? Because those are the people that are either going to lift you up or throw you down. They're either going to push you forward to those goals and dreams or pull you back. Those are the people that are going to give you peace and who are going to pour into you, or they're going to bring in chaos, turmoil, and have you living a life that you ain't never want to live. Right? So within this 5-day series, and I'm doing 5 days today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're skipping Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday, so I will not be here, and it will finish up with Monday. Within growing relationships, understand these concepts. Don't believe the lies of the culture. Don't fall into what social media says in that movement. It is not aimed towards the middle class and the lower class. It's not aimed for you. It's aimed for the upper class people, celebrities. Don't listen to Kim Kardashian. She ain't never been broke. She ain't never been broke. That girl, she ain't never been broke. Don't listen to that lady. Don't listen to those other podcasts. Yes, they might be ratchet. Yes, they might sound cool, but it is not cool. If you go into your own environment and that's not how your people are set, if your environment's full of affluent people and you being ratchet, you got to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to check yourself. If you listen to these podcasts, you got to make sure that you are also watching what you're listening to. Make sure whatever is entering your body is positive and that you bring out positive things along with it. You got to make sure that you have clear goals and standards whenever you get into a relationship, and that you two come to a compromise on your goals, because this person comes with goals and standards, you come with goals and standards, and you're coming as one person. So it's okay to make compromises. It's okay to make changes. There's a clear direction. That's totally fine. You also got to make sure you have the 3 main ingredients for a relationship: respect, love, fidelity. You also got to make sure that you're asking this question to yourself every now and then, or whenever you come up to every 3 months or every 6 months, you come back to a review. Is this relationship helping me? Right? And when you say, is this relationship helping me? Do it within the ingredients. Does this person love me? Does this person respect me? And does this person show extreme fidelity? Right? And then go back to those biblical texts. Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, where he says, it is not good for man to be alone. I'll make a helper who is just right for him. Right? A helper who is just right for him. I'll change this up. A helper who is just right for her. A helper who is just right for us. Somebody that supports you, who is just right for you, who chooses you every day, no matter what happens, right? And back to Ecclesiastes 4, chapter 4, verse 9, where he basically says 2 people are better than 1. Because with 2 people, you can become successful. And if one should fall, the other person is there to pick them back up. But y'all know what it is, man. It's Wesley Charles, the Godfather, Lily baby. Y'all already know what it is, man. I got my son. He's a bit tired. We're going to get him to bed. Are you tired? Yeah? You tired? You want to say something to people?
You're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired of speaking. So we can get him off to bed. I'm glad y'all came up to this. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about a little bit of manhood. So we're going to put some responsibility back to man. So we're going to talk about manhood and singleness. That's going to be a problem within our realm that we have today with this fight for independence and not being who we truly should be called to be. Tomorrow's Thursday. Friday, we'll talk about the relationship. Saturday, we'll talk about empathy and vulnerability. And Monday, we'll cap it off, right? So I love y'all. You already know what it is. It's Wesley Charles, the Godfather. 1 finger, 1 pinky, 1 thumb. One love.
One finger.